Today we'll be sharing how we got our first rehab. Hi Cashflowpreneurs, welcome back to the Cash Flow Talk. And today we're super excited because we get to go back in memory lane and tell you all about our first rehab, how we put it together, how we got money from an investor that we didn't have so that we can put it together, and how we looked at so many properties and to pick just this one.
All right, perfect. So it was back in 2008. I say that we started in 2009 because that's the year that we actually closed the purchase on the property. But back in 2008, we spent like a year just analyzing, educating ourselves, learning about real estate. Somebody told us, hey, get into the real estate business around beginning of 2008. We had a full-time job. We were finishing college. Michelle actually had 2 jobs. And we were like, okay, how do we do this? So we were reading blogs and YouTube videos and seminars and all that stuff. But we actually pulled the trigger back in 2009. And this house is so close to my heart. I still have a frame in my office with the pen that we signed the closing document, the check that I received, and the address of the property. It's so much fun. Oh, actually, and the key of the house, because it showed us how if we can do it, anybody can do it. So long story short, what happened? We were very busy, so the only time we had to invest and to do real estate investing was obviously Monday through Friday from 6:30 p.m. until 10 p.m., sometimes even 12 midnight. So, and that's the time we spent educating and reading and understanding all these. But we went to look at properties every Saturday and Sunday and in the afternoons after work. And we went to see how many properties. Oh my God, we spent months looking at properties.
So many.
And the good and the bad thing about it is we learned so much by looking at so many properties, but we didn't pull the trigger. And it's fine. It's understandable. It's okay. It's a lot of money. It's not like you're buying shoes that you can just, okay, I'll just put in my closet and that's it. No, you're actually buying an investment property. And we had to put some things together before we actually pulled the trigger. So the first thing that we put together was an investor. This deal, we actually did it with my dad. My dad helped us in this business, in this deal. Mm-hmm. And he's the one that helped us get an investor. What we did was he had an investor that was a supermarket owner. That means he had a lot of time. He had a lot of money, but he had no time.
No time.
What happened? He basically said, okay, let's start getting the deal. I'll put up the money, and you guys do all the dirty work. So tell us how we started driving around. Oh my God, so many houses.
So we would drive around Saturdays and Sundays and nights and days and all these properties that we were finding from different people in different areas. And we would go and look at them, but we would always find something wrong with these properties, right? Even if the property was a perfect property, we were so scared of taking that step. But once we realized, hey, Camilo's dad has this investor. He's ready to invest. We've already educated ourselves to the point where we cannot do any more theory. We need to start taking action. We know what we're doing, and we just got to, do that next step. So that's exactly what happened. Camilo got this investor. He has a lot of money that he wanted to invest, but he had absolutely no time to do what we were doing, right? We were looking at the properties, finding the good deals, and we had also put together a team so that we can fix the property. He had no time to manage a team like that or manage a project of this magnitude. So he was more than happy to make sure that we had his money in a good place. We were investing it the right way, and he could multiply it without him without him having to be in the project 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that Michelle said, that we would find something wrong with the property every single time. In reality, we were the ones wrong because we probably passed over 20 or 30 properties that we could have pulled the trigger, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Long story short, we went to see so many properties. We got inside, and the good thing about looking at so many properties is that you get to compare. So let's say, for example, the first house that we saw, it was an okay kitchen, but of course, we are used to looking at renovated kitchens in magazines and internet and everything. So the first thing we see is, oh my God, this kitchen is horrible. But once you start looking at 20, 30 different kitchens, sometimes there's not even a kitchen in there. You're like, oh, well, that kitchen wasn't that bad. So that's what started happening. And at the end of the day, I started saying, oh my God, I just want to pull the trigger. I just want to pull the trigger. I just want to pull the trigger. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We already had a $5,000 check to put up the deposit. We found a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom property with a flat roof. If you look at other videos that we do, we talked about the good and the bads of the properties. Oh my God,
that's exactly what you shouldn't do.
A 4-1 is not a commercial property, maybe a 4-2, but there was no room to add another bathroom.
Yeah.
So we had to actually market it as a 3-1 with a den, or 3-1 and an office. Because a 4-1, like, who would want to live in a 4-1? Either they want a 4-2 or maybe a smaller house, a 3-1. We bought the house.
4-1 sounds very inconvenient for a family to have to share everybody one bathroom.
Absolutely. And you imagine a house with women all sharing one bathroom. Oh my God, like that sounds
I don't know
like
what he's talking about.
That sounds like a college
super cool.
Anyways, long story short, we bought the property, we fixed it up. We bought it for $80,000. This guy put up the money. Then he put $20,000 in repairs. He put up 100% of the money for the construction, for the purchase, for the closing costs, everything else. As soon as I was gonna market the property, I said, okay, what if we market it for like $120,000? And you can see how rookies we were, that we didn't even do comparables to sell this house. And I called a few of our realtors in the area, and I said, hey, how much do you think we can sell this property for? If we make $15,000-$20,000 profit, we're okay with that. We were gonna share the profit. And tell them what we think about the clean investor and the dirty investor. How we call it, the clean work and the dirty work.
Yeah, so we divide the roles into 2 different roles. There is the people who do the clean work, and there's people that do the dirty work. The clean work basically is the money investor. It's the person that brings in the money. They're willing to finance the full project, but they don't have any word in saying of how the renovation's gonna look, the design. They do nothing as far as the renovation process comes along. Also, the negotiating with the purchase and the sale, they have no saying whatsoever. Of course, the people who do the clean work, the dirty work, which will be the rehabbing, the process of, remodeling, the process of design, the process of purchasing the property, the process of selling the property. Those are the 2 teams, right? The dirty work and the clean work. Well, they have to communicate of course. So the investor that does the clean work and only puts their money, even though they don't really have a saying of what the house would look like, of course, we're going to communicate to him what the deal is. So we'll tell him what the purchase price is, what is the comparables in the area, what is the potential for his money, what is the return, and like that we make a decision. But yeah, we were definitely doing the dirty work. We had no money, so we had no way of putting up that money, but we were able, and we had the energy, we had, not the experience, but the education of getting this deal done.
Absolutely. So what we did was we started marketing this property. I thought we could get 120. After talking to a few realtors, he said, hey guys, what if I think these properties comparables are about $135,000. I mean, great surprise for us. What I did was I put it in the market for $139,900. Within a week, I got like 5 offers. One of them was full price, paying all the closing costs. So we wouldn't pay a closing cost. So when this guy got his $100,000 back of his investment, the 80 and the 20 that we put into it, and we show him a $30,000 profit, where we give him $15,000 back to him as a profit, and this took like 4 months, and we were rookies, like we didn't know what we were doing, but we got to work, and we did it part-time, because we would go to the job site on Saturdays, on Sundays, and in the afternoons, we would just subcontract the people to go out there, and they would work Monday through Friday, but we would go out there and check what they're doing every single day and take pictures and all of that. Long story short, in 5 months, 4 to 5 months, we were able to close, give him the money. Next thing you know, he's writing up 2 $5,000 checks. I was surprised. I'm like, oh my God, is this guy giving us extra profit? But it doesn't make sense because he already got the profit that he wanted. Like, what is he doing? He gave us 2 $5,000 checks to the blank name so we can put 2 additional deposits to buy 2 more properties. In other words, he opened his doors to us, and that relationship stayed for about 4 to 5 years with him, that we kept flipping properties with him until, unfortunately, he had an emergency in his supermarket. The supermarket before was a gas station, and they found underground, they found a tank of gas or something. They had to close the supermarket, dig in to take that out, so he needed to use that money. But at that moment, we had done so many flips, we had done so much credibility that we were able to, like, money wasn't an issue anymore, because as soon as you find a deal on a property, money follows. So we already had contacts, and we were able to use other people's money and hard money lenders and all of that. So long story short, that's how the first deal we did it. That's how we flipped our first property. And again, I still have the frame in my office with the keys, the pen, and the check that we received. It was an amazing experience.
Yes.
Not only the money that we made, but the experience that we gained was so much.
The experience that we gained. And you know, one of the biggest lessons that we got from this deal, not only take action and just move forward with that, is, guys, do the first deal. The first deal is the hardest one. The first deal will be overwhelming. No matter how much education you get, the first deal will be a little bit challenging. It'll bring its ups and downs. We were nervous because we were using someone else's money, okay? This is not our money, that if we lose it, well, we were the ones who provoked it. Well, no, this is somebody else's money whose business depended on. So it's going to be nerve-wracking, but do it anyways. Once you do that first deal, you can go ahead and get done with that that horrible experience, or not horrible, but that stressful experience, and get on with your second one, your third one. Get the ball rolling. And as you saw, we had no expectation of this guy giving us 2 more checks, and yet it happened. And once he was done investing in real estate, we found other resources. So things just start to show up. Make sure you do that first deal and get it over with.
Yes, absolutely. So guys, if you like the video, comment below, let us know how we're doing. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Make sure you check our website, cashflowpropertiesacademy.com. We teach investors, we teach new people who want to get into the business how to wholesale, flip, and buy rental property so they can ultimately become financially free the way we did it before we turned 30 years old through rental properties. We teach all 3 segments, and it's a process. It's a little different, so check it out, and make sure you subscribe below, comment, let us know how we're doing, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
See ya.